Progressive Skills in English by Terry Phillips and Anna Phillips. Copyright 2011, Garnet Publishing Limited. CD 1. Progressive Skills in English Level 1 Coursebook. 1.1. Theme 1. Education. Lesson 1.1. Vocabulary for Listening. Academic Life. Exercise A1. Listen and discuss some statements about education.
1. At school, English is more useful than mathematics.
2. There is no point in studying art at school.
3. Writing is the most difficult skill in English. 4. A teacher should explain everything to the students.
5. At both university and school, you have lessons and homework.
6. A university education is not right for everyone.
(1.2) Exercise A2. Listen to some students. Do they agree or disagree with each statement? 1.
At school, English is more useful than mathematics.
I think that's true.
Actually, I don't agree. Maths is much more useful than English.
2.
There is no point in studying art at school.
I think art is important. Everybody needs an art education.
But not modern art. That's awful.
3.
Writing is the most difficult skill in English.
No, it isn't, because you can think about writing. Speaking is more difficult.
I agree. Speaking is the most difficult skill.
4.
A teacher should explain everything to the students.
No, not everything. We need to work things out for ourselves.
Yes, that's right. Teachers should help you, but they shouldn't explain everything.
5.
At both university and school, you have lessons and homework.
It's true, really.
Yes, but they have different names. They are called lectures and assignments.
6.
A university education is not right for everyone.
I absolutely agree with that. Some people should not go on to university.
Yes, mechanics and plumbers and electricians don't need a university education, for example.
1.3. Exercise B2. Listen and check your answers.
A. The academic year in my country starts in October. All the university students go back then.
B. When does the second semester start? Is it in February?
C. Which faculty are you in? Education, mathematics, modern languages? D. Which lecturer gives the science and education lectures?
E. How many staff are in the Faculty of Education? I mean, how many people work there?
F. Where is the student accommodation at this university? Where do the students live?
G. This is a large campus. There are 10 faculty buildings, the library, the resource centre, and the Students' Union.
H. A university student is called a fresher in the first year.
(1.4)
What's the connection between history and mathematics?
They're both subjects.
Begin and end.
That one's easy. They're opposites. What about lecturer and teacher?
They both teach.
Yes, but a lecturer teaches at a university and a teacher works in a school.
In charge of and responsible for.
They're the same. They mean do a job.
Well, they're not quite the same, are they? In charge of goes with a place or group of people, like he's in charge of the library, whereas responsible for goes with an action or a thing, doesn't it? She's responsible for the schedule. Head and in charge of.
That's easy too. They're the same.
Well, not quite. You use them differently, don't you? You say, she is the head of year one, or she is in charge of year one. Yes, head is a noun, so we can say the head.
Accommodation and hall of residence?
They're both places to live.
Accommodation is more general, I think. Yes, hall of residence is for students at a college or a university.
One 1.5, Lesson 1.2, Real-time listening, a speech of welcome.
Okay, let's begin. Welcome to the Faculty of Education. My name is Peter Beach. We all hope that you will have a great time here and learn a lot too, of course. Okay, first, some important information about people. As I said, I'm Peter Beach. I'm the Dean of Education, and that means I'm responsible for this faculty, the Faculty of Education. The bursar is Mrs. Pierce. She deals with all the money, so she is a very important person. This is Mrs. Pinner. She's the head of Year 1, and she's responsible for the schedule. After this meeting, Mrs. Pinner is going to talk to you about your schedule for the first semester. The accommodation manager, that's Mr. Heel. He's in charge of the halls of residence on the campus. And finally, Mr. Ben Hill looks after the resource centre. Ben will help you find the information you need. Okay, well, that's it from me for the moment. I forgot. One more very important person, Mr. Mills. He helps international students if they have any problems. Okay, well, I'll talk to you again later in Freshers' Week. Now I'll hand over to Mrs. Pinner.
One 1.6.
Thank you, Mr. Beach. Right. You need some information about the campus, the university buildings. Firstly, the library is near the main entrance. Next to the library, there is the resource centre. Resources are things to help you with studying. Ben will help you find the information you need. You can do internet research in the resource centre. The administration block is opposite the library. Go there if you have a problem with fees. That means the money for your course. Behind the admin block is the welfare office. Go there if you have any other problems. You'll also find the medical centre behind the admin block. Okay, next to the admin block is the JCR and the SCR. That is the junior common room and the senior common room. The common rooms are for the staff, the lecturers. Then on the north of the campus are the halls of residence. In other words, the accommodation for students on campus. We have Hall A, Hall B, and Hall C. Finally, there's the Students' Union, the SU. That's the special place for you. There are lots of facilities for you there in the SU. Go and have a look. Okay, as Mr. Beach said, I'm going to talk to you about the schedule.
One 1.7, Exercise E. Listen and answer the questions.
1. What does a dean do at a British university? 2. What does a bursar do? 3. What is a faculty? 4. What's another phrase for hall of residence? 5. Where are the social facilities for students? 6. What's the difference between the welfare office and the medical centre?
1.8 Lesson 1.3 Learning new listening skills. Waiting for spoken definitions. Exercise A. Listen to the stressed syllables from some words in this theme. Number the words below.
1. K. 2. Bur. 3. Cam. 4. Lek. 5. Lie. 6. Share. 7. Day. 8. Spawn. 9. Meh. 10. You. 11. Saw. 12. Fa.
(1.9)
Okay. As the Dean said, I'm head of year 1. That means I'm responsible for the schedule. In year 1, you have 5 lectures a week. In 2 of those lectures, the lecturer will give you an assignment. That is, a piece of work to do on your own. Most assignments have a deadline. That is the time to give it in. The lecturer may say, for example, you have 1 week for this assignment, or you must finish this by next Tuesday. Don't leave assignments to the last minute. Start work on them immediately. Sometimes assignments involve research. In other words, you must read some articles from journals, academic magazines, by scientists and researchers. There are many journals in the Resource Centre. You can also use the internet to do some research, but be careful. We'll talk more about using Wikipedia and so on for research later on. You have 1 tutorial each week. A tutorial is a small discussion with your tutor and some other students.
(1.10) Exercise C. Listen to some speakers. They define each word below. Write the definition in each case. 1. The SU has a food court, a place with lots of different restaurants. 2. When the food court is closed, you can use one of the vending machines, which are machines with food and drink. 3. There's a laundrette in the SU. In other words, you can wash your clothes there. 4. Did you know there's a creche every morning in the SU? It's a place to leave your children for a few hours. 5.
Is there a gym on the campus?
Sorry, what's a gym?
It's a place to do exercise.
No, I don't think so.
(1.11) Exercise D. Listen and write the correct consonant in each word.
1. Both. 2. Campus. 3. Club. 4. Explain. 5. Job. 6. Pay. 7. Responsible. 8. Bursar. 9. People. 10. Personal. 11. Place. 12. Problem.
(1.12) Exercise E. Listen and tick under the correct vowel sound for each word.
1. In. 2. Fee. 3. Teach. 4. Mean. 5. Begin. 6. Free. 7. Meet. 8. Ill. 9. It. 10. Give.
One 1.13. Lesson 1.4. Grammar for listening. Defining. Exercise A2. Listen to some definitions. Which word or phrase is the speaker defining in each case?
1. It's a place for tennis and squash and football.
2. It's a person in charge of a library.
3. It's a place for lectures.
4. It's a certificate for a university course.
5. It's a restaurant for students. You usually serve yourself.
6. It's a place for plays and sometimes music concerts.
7. It's a place for experiments.
8. It's work outside the university. You visit a place and do research.
9. It's a machine for showing slides, from PowerPoint, for example.
10. It's a person with a degree.
One 1.14. Exercise B. Listen. How does the speaker define each action below?
1. Revising. It's going over something again, something you have studied before.
2. Contributing. It means taking part in something, like a tutorial. It means giving your ideas or your opinion.
3. Parting. It means saying goodbye.
4. Graduating. It means getting your degree and leaving university.
5. Advising. It is telling someone what to do.
6. Disagreeing. It is saying you don't agree.
One 1.15. Lesson 1.5. Applying new listening skills. Living and studying in Britain.
Hello, my name is Mills, Tim Mills. I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier in the week. I was feeling really ill. Anyway, I'm fine now, so I want to talk to you for a few minutes about living in the UK. Every culture is different. You are learning a new language. You also need to learn a new culture. International students sometimes have problems because they don't know English very well, but sometimes international students have problems because they don't know British customs. For example, when do you shake hands with someone? Today I'm going to talk about 6 things which international students sometimes get wrong.
One 1.16.
Let's start at the beginning. Greetings. I mean saying hello to someone. When you meet someone for the first time, you can say, pleased to meet you, or how do you do? Some English people just say hi or hello. All of these are fine. Secondly, be careful when you address people. You can't use a title, I mean Mr., Mrs., Professor, with a first name, like Mr. John or Mrs. Mary or Professor Michael. You must use the surname with the title, Mr. Williams, Mrs. Pierce, Professor Jones. By the way, you call most lecturers at a British university Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. We only use doctor if he or she has a PhD. Oh, and professor. In Britain, a professor is usually the head of department or faculty. Do not call all lecturers professor. Handshakes, shaking hands. We do shake hands a lot in Britain, but not with colleagues. That is, people we work with or study with. So don't offer to shake hands with the other students every time you meet them. What about eye contact? I mean, looking at people. Perhaps in your country, it is polite to look down when you are talking to an older person or a person of the opposite sex. But not in Britain. Look people in the eye. Your lecturers, the professor, even the vice-chancellor. They will not think you are disrespectful. The next thing is social distance. In other words, how close you should stand to people. In Britain, we stand about 60 centimetres away from colleagues. That's about arm's length. Next, gender equality. Gender means sex, male or female. So gender equality is the way we think about men and women in Britain. Basically, men and women are equal. You may have male lecturers or female lecturers or a combination, but they are all equal. Same pay, same level in the university. Finally, participation, which means taking part in something. Lecturers sometimes ask questions during a lecture, and they expect you to answer. They sometimes ask for questions at the end of a lecture. It is good to ask questions if you are not sure about something. And of course, lecturers expect active participation in a tutorial.